Welcome back, watch people. Now, we've all heard the saying, beware of false prophets. And today I'm going to give you my opinion as to why the Rolex Submariner World has been turned upside down by the introduction of the new 126610 range of subs, and what it potentially means for those wearing a 116610, whether that be an LB or indeed the LV Hulk model. Now, a word of warning before we go any further. I'm not claiming to be the world's leading authority of where the prices of certain Rolex models will go. I've got things wrong in the past when it comes to price predictions, but to be fair, I can't exactly remember when that was. And certainly for most of my life, I've made a very good living by getting it right rather than by getting it wrong. And today I'm going to talk about why I believe the current price levels of the 116610 LV Hulk Submariner are a false prophet and a price that I at least would not trust, nor would I even consider paying. Now, just before the release of the new 12 series, I did a little bit of pricing research because I absolutely knew that what's happened was going to happen. And in fact, after I had the confirmation in my own mind at least that the Hulk was indeed being discontinued, I made a video the Sunday before the release advising anyone that had the money to get out and buy a Hulk before Tuesday, where I predicted prices would inflate to between somewhere around £16,000 and £18,000. As it turned out, I was wrong, because this morning I've seen a Hulk Submariner for sale on Chrono24 for a whopping £29,000. Let me repeat that, guys, £29,000. Just let that sink in for a moment. So I hear you saying, well, if I'm that clever, why didn't I release the video on Sunday evening? After all, come Tuesday morning, I would have been able to claim that I was the messiah when it comes to making my viewers a lot of money or a fast profit. But just as I was uploading that video, I kind of changed my mind, and it became apparent to me that the reason I changed my mind is that I just didn't actually believe in the information that I was supplying, that I would have been telling you. And whilst I believed, to some degree at least, that the pricing structure was going to be right, and I believed that it would happen, morally and in real terms, I believed it to be the wrong message to send out. And I'll play you that previously unaired video in just a few moments, and you can make your own mind up and see the moral dilemma that I faced. Now, yes, I knew that prices would go mad, but here's the point. I don't believe in those prices, and I think the entire pricing structure today, at least, of the 116610 LV is a false prophet, because surely these levels cannot and will not be sustained, not by the watch buying public at least. And look, here's why. Today there are 240 Hulks for sale on Chrono24, ranging from £12,000 at the more realistic level up to a whopping £29,000 for what is essentially the same watch. That's a discrepancy of £17,000 for a watch that retailed for just £7,450, at least the last time that I looked. And not only that, a watch that had a 10-year production run, hardly rare then, especially when you consider that for the same price or even less today, you can pick up an anniversary 1661 LV Kermit, a watch that was produced for just 7 years, during which time it had 3 different cases, 5 different bezel variants, and 6 different dials. How can that be? How can we compare the value of a single 1 series to the far more readily available 11 series? Now, the answer is, in truth, that we can't, and that ultimately, unless prices of the single 1 series increase significantly, the more informed watch buyers, at least out there, will always see the Kermit as a far better long-term bet than the Hulk. Why? Simply, there are fewer of them and there are more important variations, and that is as simple as that. So let's play the video, the previously unaired video that I chose not to upload after making it on Sunday evening. Let's have a look, see what you think of it, guys, and then after it's finished, I'll come back to you. Welcome back, watch people. Now, it's quite late on Sunday evening. It's the 30th of August 2020, and I had to think long and hard whether I was going to make this video or not, because it's a risky video to make. But then I thought, you know what the hell, this is a piece of information and a video that I would want to see, given the current situation within the Rolex world, where we are just now a couple of days away or so from the big reveal on the 1st of September, Tuesday, roughly around midday. I believe we will get the first official announcements from Rolex. Now look guys, for the last couple of years at least, a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people in the watch business have been predicting the end of the Hulk being discontinued from the Rolex range, the 116610 LV. Now, I've said a lot on my channel, and I will continue to say that nothing is official from Rolex until they tell us it's official, because their embargoes are very strict, are very tight, and I am 99% sure they even throw out deliberate teasers to certain individuals to see just who they can't trust in years to come. So I don't believe everything I hear or see, and I certainly don't believe the vast majority of everything that I see and hear in the build up to Rolex releasing their new watches. The video that I put out yesterday evening, which has had over 20,000 views already, I think, a very short clip that allegedly shows a new 126610 LV, a Kermit Mark II, or I nicknamed it the Shrek. That would be kind of cool if I could get that to stick. I'd be quite pleased with that. But I think that image is real. I think it's correct. I think that this watch is going to happen. And if it does, it can only mean one thing. It means the definite discontinuation of the 116610 LV, the Hulk as we know it today, because I just cannot see Rolex having two green Submariners in their lineup. Now, at this late stage, it's very easy, isn't it, to do what everyone else has been doing for the last 2 or 3 years and predict that the Hulk is going. The reason that I'm making this video so late on a Sunday evening is this. I can only guess like everyone else as far as the 116610 is concerned. I thought it was going to go last year. It didn't. I thought perhaps it could go this year. I wasn't sure. But then I saw that leaked image yesterday. Now I'm sure. Unless Rolex have thrown out the biggest dummy of all time, this is happening. Now, the big news is, of course, not that the Hulk could be discontinued, because everyone's been saying that, but the big news is that if we do get this new 126610 LV, what's going to happen to the price of the Hulk? Now, we know exactly what's going to happen, and this is really the whole point of the video, guys. Look, I haven't got any for sale. Thankfully, I have more than one Hulk in my own personal private collection that I keep in my safety deposit box. I'm sorted. I'm not looking for any more 116610 LVs. I haven't looked to see if any of my friends, any of my trusted dealers have this watch for sale. Frankly, I don't care if they have or if they haven't. It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever. But here's the two big things. One, if you are sitting on that watch, please, please, please do not sell it until at least Wednesday, when you can see what happens or what is happening and what is trending price-wise with the 116610 LV. Because, listen, as sure as nightfall of day, if that watch is discontinued, that price is going to rise, and it's going to rise significantly. The second thing is that if you want that watch, if you're thinking of buying that watch, you need to do it before midday on Tuesday, and that's going to be really difficult here in the UK, at least, because Monday, tomorrow, is a bank holiday, so it leaves you very, very little time to make that purchase. Now, there are two scenarios here that we should cover from a professional viewpoint. I need to cover this because, look guys, I'm not suggesting that you rush out tomorrow and buy a Hulk. What I am telling you is what's in my own heart. And if I didn't own that watch and I had the money, I would definitely be looking to buy that watch tomorrow, before they were announcing that the watch is being discontinued. Because a watch that might cost you £14,000 tomorrow could be worth £18,000, £16,000 to £18,000 by the end of this week and the first week in September. Guys, this is the riskiest video I've ever made, and I want each and every one of you, please, to listen to my words very carefully. I'm not suggesting that you rush out and spend your money on that watch, because if you do and that watch isn't discontinued, I don't want people looking at me saying, well, you told us to go and buy it. I'm telling you, as a former watch dealer and as a professional watch buyer, what I will be doing tomorrow, first thing, if I wanted that watch, I would definitely be pulling the trigger 100% tomorrow. No question about it. And I will be happy to pay at the higher end of what people are asking tomorrow. As long as it's under 14,500 £14,500 as a max. Tomorrow I think could be 16,500, maybe even up to 18 by the end of the week. But it's all reliant on them dropping the Hulk on Tuesday. And guys, if I hadn't seen this leaked image that I put up just yesterday of the new 126610 LV, then I certainly wouldn't be making this video, because then I'm just doing what everyone else does, predicting that the Hulk's going to go, and then if it doesn't, you just ignore it and move on. This is a video that I'm almost making talking to myself. I'm giving me my own advice. I don't want to be guilty of getting it wrong for you guys. It's really important to me that I try and get things as right as I possibly can for you. But right now, tonight, Sunday the 30th of August 2020, my heart and my head is telling me that that new image tells us the Hulk is going, and if the Hulk goes, the prices are going one way, and that is north. And I think they're going to go north pretty quickly and pretty steeply, particularly the very first ones, and certainly the very last of the new ones that are available. And if you've got one that's factory sealed, unworn, whatever you do, don't remove those seals. Guys, make of this video what you will. It's from the heart and from the head. I hope you guys get it right, but just watch the prices. They're going one way, and that is skywards. So maybe you can see the dilemma that I had in my mind. Yes, I could have looked very clever on Tuesday morning, but I'd have been guilty of talking up a watch that, whilst I still believe in, I don't see or value at the current crazy price levels, and I don't see those levels being sustained. Look, today guys, for every one person that is ringing around trying to buy a Hulk, I can guarantee you there'll be 100 phoning around trying to sell it. And that's because every single one of the many thousands of watches that were produced over a 10-year period, there has to be an end user prepared to pay the prices. And I don't think the informed watch buying public are that easily parted with their money. Now, under normal circumstances, the end user, of course, would be the retail customer. But at the moment, at least from within inside the business, all I can see are dealers passing them around between themselves, trading them in, trading them out for a few £100 profit here and there. And dealers with handfuls of Hulks, they are overvaluing, overstoring and overpricing. And the public, of course, are very quick to follow suit. They'll keep an eye on the dealer prices, and where they lead, the public will of course follow, leading to a falsely inflated market, and one that I think is indeed completely unsustainable. And no doubt the dealers' phones will be white hot today as speculating selling members of the public off of their Hulks in the hope that dealers will be paying crazy prices for them, whilst in reality they will simply turn them away unless the customer is willing to sell at their valuations that in truth will have changed very little since last week. Now, it's my belief that the Hulk will stay, at least for a while, at ridiculous price levels as both dealers and members of the public hold out as long as they can in the hope of hitting the jackpot. And most dealers, let's be fair, can afford to sit on stock and wait for a very, very long time. And why should the public reduce their prices when the dealers won't? So prices won't fall anytime soon, but ultimately they will surely have to. Now, I had a saying when I was a dealer, and I often used to say it to my customers: look, do you want to sell it, or do you want to look at it for sale? It's as simple as that. And after all, which watch would you buy given the chance today? A new 126610 at list price, 7,650 or a Hulk at 18 grand plus. I know which one I'd rather be buying, and yes, I know you won't be able to find one, but they'll soon start to appear on the grey market and will need to be priced accordingly and to what the market demands. So does that mean that a brand new 126610 will be valued at 20 grand on the grey market? I don't think so. And we come to the moral of this tale, guys, and that is end user. There has to be an end user for every watch. And knowing the watch buying public, like at least I think I do, I'm sure we've gone past now their point of acceptability and rationality that informed watch buyers will be prepared to accept. Right now, today, it's a very brave, a very rich, or a very stupid man who's prepared to pay some of these prices being asked. Maybe he'd even have to be a combination of all three. Now look guys, I might get this all wrong, but for me, the discontinuation of the 11 series of Rolex Submariners has thrown the whole world of Rolex subs, both new and old, into a rather unpredictable and somewhat ugly spin. And the market is going to take a fair time to settle back down and find its right and proper levels. And we will unquestionably witness dealers holding on to overpriced stock, and probably for a long time, as the battle of wills commences between the trade and the buying public. Who will give in first is anyone's guess. Look, is the Hulk worth 18 to 20 grand? Absolutely not. Its true worth is 7,450. That's what Rolex actually charge for it. And anything over that is merely the premium that an individual is prepared to pay simply for the privilege of owning one. This will never be a rare watch during any of our lifetimes, and I think it's important to remember that. Guys, if I've got this wrong, and it will take a while to prove the case either way, I will be the first to come back online and happy to admit that I got it wrong. Guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll speak again soon.